Is this on? Is this on? Yeah, no, it's recording. Okay.
My final film project in which I ask a bunch of questions and get a bunch of answers.
Hey, baby! You're on film! Woo! You're my final project. You're my final project. You're my final project. It's for film. I'm gonna interview people. Do you wanna go?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask people about like if they had like a microphone, like what they would say to the world. And then I'm gonna ask them if they like what story they think needs to be told to the world. We'll see what people say. So, if you had a video camera and could capture a story, event, etc. to show the world, what would you film and why?
I would film
the moments when people pay it forward and buy the person behind them this coffee.
To go underwater and like show everyone a different world than what it looks like on the surface.
different people doing almost mundane things, like a family eating dinner.
I would film the spontaneous kisses that people give each other.
And I'd even get to like the really crazy groups of people like Nazis and, I don't know, monks. Because I think at the core everyone's more similar than we think.
I think that we have these different perceptions of like history and historical events. So if I could somehow like record those events.
Little kids playing on a playground because they're just very innocent.
Like if we could go back in time and for example have actual recording of, you know, how slave culture was started, or have an actual understanding of how like all these philosophical concepts came into being. But I guess that would take like the mystery out of life too.
How has this been for you, going around?
It's great. It makes people think. It reminds people that there's more to life than whatever they were just doing. And it changes their perspective, and you talk to them, and you're like, wow, all these people are super beautiful. I want to talk to people more.
If you were given a microphone and your audience was the world, what would you want the world to hear?
I feel like there's so many important things that need to be said. Like, I don't know, like, take care of poor people, or don't hit your kid.
Making money is not the most important thing in the world. It's following your heart, and giving back to the universe and to the world is way more important than making money.
What would I want the world to hear? First of all, like, you have the power to kind of shape your own destiny. There are a lot of people who are stuck in bubbles, and it's like you get comfortable in that bubble, and it's like your perception of reality is true in that bubble, but is it true for everyone else?
I would want them to hear what I was like internally experiencing at that moment.
I guess calling everyone to awareness. It is your responsibility to be an aware human being and be a critically thinking human being.
It could be a bird song, a really abstract, synergistic thought.
That love wins.
Or just pizza. It could be anything.
Wow. There's no reason to give up at all. A lot of people that I talk to just say, oh, I've made the biggest mistake ever, I'm ending it, I'm done. The biggest mistake you can make is the one where you don't give yourself a second chance. Just hold on. Things do get a lot better.
Anywhere at any given time, another universe is going to bubble up inside of our universe and destroy everything. If everybody understands that it is going to destroy us no matter what, then all of the things that are frivolous and trivial that they've been fighting for so many years, of like gods and religions and, you know, stupid wars and money and all that, it won't matter anymore because the universe doesn't matter at that point. Really big stuff.
My final film project in which I reflect on asking a bunch of questions and getting a bunch of answers.
So I just got back from interviewing everyone, and I feel like I'm overwhelmed. How much could we learn from one another if we actually asked and we actually listened to one another? It's just crazy, like all the different people in the world having all these different viewpoints and all of these different things that they can bring to the table, and we just walk by one another every day. Like, it's just crazy. And even now I find myself wanting to talk to people in here and film only to show others how beautiful people are. And even though this film may not be anything fancy, I think this is one of my favorite film projects I've ever done at school. It might actually be my favorite.